there, fellow Droidiacs. This is David from the Droid Workshop. In addition to making all these droid parts, I'm going to need a place to display them. With my wife working from home now and taking over my office, I decided to convert my old TMA workshop into a Star Wars room so that she can have her space in here and I can have my space out there. So for today's project, I'm going to make something that I believe every maker needs in their collection. And to do that, I need the help of a very special person. Emily, that was your cue.
Hi, Daddy.
Hey, baby. Hey, everybody, this is my daughter, Emily. Emily, say hi.
Hi.
Do you have the project I asked you to bring?
Yes. What is it?
It's a Droid interface panel.
What is it for?
It's going to go into my new room once I have all the walls done so that we can have a place where our droids can pretend to plug in and access information.
With RJ, Chelsea, and RC?
Yep. You want to see how I built it?
Yep. Daddy.
I found an interface model on Thingiverse by user Mascal. They did a great job on the files, but I'm thinking something didn't translate in the download, and the parts weren't as smooth as I like. Plus, I couldn't get the main interface to fit in one of the gears. Also, I wanted my own unique flair on the panel, so I designed my own and remixed a couple of the parts from the original. There was a picture included in the files of what I believe is a panel from Galaxy's Edge, so I used that and made my own take on it. The sample picture had some red dome lights here and white buttons here. I created an inset for the buttons, and I'm going to use a trick I learned from the smuggler's room who got it from someone else, and use styrofoam packing sheets as a diffuser to soften the lights from the LEDs. Thanks, Brian. I'm working on a second R2 style astromech, and I'm planning on making it fully mobile and animated. So I'm thinking about using this panel at a later time to work on my Arduino skills and add blinking lights and a servo for the interface to make it rotate. But that's for a later project. The print came out pretty nicely, so I didn't have to do much sanding. And the painting process is pretty much standard. Self-etching primer, sand, two-in-one primer, sand, another coat of two-in-one primer, sand, silver paint, then the final color. It's the same for the smaller detail parts. Like I mentioned, I remixed the center hub and the gears, but I did like the cone and the small greeblies from the original file. For the main panel and larger parts, it's easy enough to get these painted, but for the smaller parts, they sometimes like to blow away with the force of the paint. I found a great tip from Dan Oak's Props about using double-sided tape to hold these parts while you paint. But I didn't have double-sided tape. I only had blue painter's tape. But either way, I'm hooked. Where has this been all my life? Now that all the parts are painted, it's time to put it all together. As I mentioned in one of my other videos, a quick tip is to scratch off a little of the paint where you want to glue a greebly, so the glue sticks to the part and not the paint. I'm eventually going to replace these red domes with lights, so they just get hot glued into place. Same thing with the gears. For now, a little hot glue, but later I plan on remixing the center to add gear slots so it can be rotated by a servo. The original picture has white acrylic buttons, but I had some translucent yellow on hand from another project, so I went with that. Since this is gonna be part of my Star Wars room later, I chose not to weather it any more than it is right now, so that I can figure out what exact theme I'm gonna do and I can maintain the theme. I'm hoping not to have to repaint it because these were the colors that she wanted. So what do you think of it, Emily?
I like it.
That'll do it for yeah. Okay, that'll do it for today then, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you liked what we did here today, father-daughter prep project, if you like what we did here today, please remember to hit that like button and make sure to subscribe to this channel so that you can get notified of all future videos. And, as always,
May the droids be with you. Participate, droids can win. Participate, droids, yes we can. Participate, droids, can we print them? Participate, droids, yes we can.
You're so silly. You've got to tell your mommy that.